Pro Football Weekly has nailed our lock of the week 4 weeks in a row. To see what our lock is for week 15, check out the handicapping section at our website, profootballweekly.com. But today we're going to give you one of our 3 best bets for the week, and I'm joined by our handicapping expert, Mike Wilkinen. And Mike, we like a favorite again. This week it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2-point favorites heading into Jerry World to play the Cowboys in Dallas. The Cowboys haven't played that well against the spread at home this season.
They haven't played that well going back to last season, in fact. We've got to go back to before Thanksgiving in 2011 to find the last time that Dallas covered at home. It's a streak of 9 in a row. Now, Pittsburgh overall is 3-4 against the number on the road, but they've been better of late, and they've had wins and covers against the Bengals, Giants, and Ravens. That's a pretty good trifecta of results, and we really think that Pittsburgh has the stuff to be a very strong contender on the road, even laying a couple points in this instance.
This is one of the many games, Mike, this week that has a lot of playoff implications. You look at Dallas getting that big win last week over Cincinnati. Pittsburgh falls, and they are tied with the Bengals for that AFC wildcard spot. So this game means a lot for both teams. When you look at the X's and O's on the field, what gives the Steelers another edge against the Cowboys?
I think their defense is the key, Kevin. This is a Pittsburgh team that's number 1 in yards allowed, number 1 in pass defense. They've allowed the fewest first downs in the league. And they've got more offensive punch with Ben Roethlisberger in the lineup. It's been great this season, and obviously missed a few games. The Steelers have been in a slump of late. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact he left the lineup in Week 10 versus Kansas City. Really, the Steelers have kind of been a little bit off form since, but it's a second start back. He starts to round back into form. This whole team maybe starts to round back into form. Again, it's how you're playing at the end of the season into January that really matters, and maybe Pittsburgh's one of those teams that finds its way just in time. Dallas, I think from a momentum standpoint, is doing better of late. Certainly they've gotten themselves back into the playoff picture. You give them all the credit in the world. But I think at the end of the day, Pittsburgh just has a little bit more upside from a defensive standpoint and from an offensive standpoint. I just think they might be the better team.
And obviously the editors here at Pro Football Weekly think the Steelers really a veteran team with Big Ben, Mike Tomlin, everything they've gone through, that they'll be able to pick up and get a win here after a pretty bad loss against the Chargers last week. And a loss like that, Mike, that might scare some bettors away, though.
Yeah, it might, but again, I think what we have is a very interesting set of circumstances in this game because you have 2 very popular teams with the betting public. So there's something for everybody in this game. And when you go back to the top and think about the way that Dallas, I think, has sort of underachieved relative to the number, I think that's the type of scars that you leave for handicappers that don't go away very easily. Now, it's not as if Pittsburgh has been the most dependable team in and of itself, but compared to Dallas, which again, from a home perspective is, we're talking more than a year in which they have not covered at home. I just think Pittsburgh looks like the more stable of the 2 sort of outfits at this point.
It's going to be a tough week for bettors because there's so many crucial games, a lot of small numbers there for the spread. But in this game, we do like the road favorite, the Pittsburgh Steelers, 2-point favorites against the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. To see the rest of our picks for Week 15 and Mike's handicapping column to see his picks, check out our handicapping section on our website, profootballweekly.com.